Hey, Frankie Valley, he gets the people going.
That's just too many points.
I was like, hey, Gabe, how's it going? I love your work.
Dudes on the Mall is the podcast to listen to.
Dudes on the Mall, week 9. We're virtual again this week. We will be back live next week. The flag line has been set at a half. I'm taking the under.
In the under.
I should have actually hung it up behind me.
You should.
It's laying in the garage right now. It had to dry out from its last use. I never brought it back inside.
Smart move. So you mean that thing's gonna smell next time we're out there, or next time we're recording?
Well, it could smell like fuel. My garage smells like jet ski exhaust. So
Oh, so monoxide poisoning. Well, we're gonna get high off of gas fumes.
it'll fly this weekend. So we'll have some time outside.
Gotcha. Not supposed to rain, right?
No, beautiful weather this weekend. Saturday, high of 82, low of 65, 0% chance for rain.
Oh, it's gonna
Love
be
that.
beautiful. Beautiful day for an ass beating. Can't say who's who though.
Is this the week? This could be the week. Who knows?
We're favorites right now. We can talk about that later, but we're favorites right
Wait,
now.
we're favorites right now?
We are.
Action's got us at -1.5.
Are you
Which
serious?
is ridiculous.
Hold on. I
So
gotta-
BYU might be my too many points of the week.
At 1.5.
Yeah.
Hard Rock has us at -1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our total points at 27.5. That's crazy. Hammer BYU.
Hammer BYU. Free money. They're handing out free money. Everybody go.
Hey, if everyone wants to go get free money like your ATM, just here you go. All right, let's get this one. Honestly, I'm not as upset as I was in past weeks. I'm
No.
fine. I'm fine. Coming off of I'm not gonna say disappointing, but just a loss to Iowa State. All things considered, I thought the team played better than we have in past weeks. The defense, even though we gave up, a bunch of points, still did kind of what they needed to do for the most part. Offense, once again, able to run the ball, and just the passing game coming up short. But quick stat recap. Final score 38-35, Iowa State. UCF, RJ Harvey, 196 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, was averaging 7 yards a carry. Jakuri, 13 carries for 154 yards, 11.8 yards per carry. And then the passing numbers is where it looks rough. Jakuri, 8 for 20, 62 yards, 2 picks. Kobe leading all receivers, 3 grabs for 27 yards. Flip side for Iowa State, they threw for 274, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Both of those picks being pick sixes. However, we'll say it's a pick 6.5 for the dropped one at the goal line. So pick 6.5. They had their leading receiver was Noel, 8 grabs for 153 yards. Absolutely torched us. They really didn't run the ball too effectively. But their quarterback was their leading rusher, 20 carries for 97 yards. So
No
really
way.
couldn't.
Really? No way.
Yeah.
Wouldn't believe that. I'm kidding.
20 carries for 97 yards. Their other running back had 9 carries for 91, Hansen, with a long of 57 that he broke. So all in all, I felt like the team did what they needed to do, but we just couldn't get a first down at the end of the game, really is what it boiled down to, when we could have run the clock out and picked up what it would be a massive win on the road. Instead, I think we were all prepared to lose, and I think just the way that we lost with the penalty and then the no call false start were pretty disheartening. But I think there's still some positives to take from this weekend.
Yeah. I
Absolutely.
mean, definitely. It was only disappointing because we should have won that game. I know you said it was not a disappointing loss, but yes, it was a little disappointing. We should have come away with that or with the victory, but we move on.
Let me just say that this game was a passing clinic on how to not pass the freaking ball. Oh my God. Was it terrible? What was Becht again? What was his stat line?
Uh,
His stat
20
line's
of
gonna look
46.
inflated.
20 of 46?
Oh,
Yep,
how
43%.
many yards?
274.
Jeez.
He got like all of those in the fourth quarter
Yeah, that's
because
I
they
mean,
had
they had
they
a
had like
70.
70 at one point.
Well, he had like a that drive at the end was about 70 yards roughly to
Yeah.
go down the field, and they ran it, or not ran it, they threw it basically every play. So that picks up the 70 right there to get to the end zone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad when FS1 decides to, instead of showing his passing stats as a quarterback, they start showing his rushing stats. And it's like, oh, he's got 10 rushes for like 120 yards. And like they would give you a little glimpse at the beginning of every drive, and then it would just go back to the rushing yards. I thought that was quite humorous, actually.
Yeah, not a good look on our starting quarterback for the rest of the season.
Yeah, just announced. Just announced. Shout out Malzahn for announcing a starting quarterback, and it's not that that big guy, the slow one.
I wonder who's going to be throwing the ducks at Spirit Splash because they're going to be either really short or really far. If you're in the
RJ
middle,
Harvey.
you're going to get in one. RJ's
Dude,
gonna
RJ, high school
RJ
quarterback, RJ Harvey.
quarterback, yeah. RJ Harvey will be throwing the ducks, and it might be, honestly, get our long snapper out there and just long snap him into the crowd. I mean, it's going to happen to where, someone just walking by randomly who wants nothing to do with Spirit Splash is going to end up getting a duck because we're throwing to people we're not intending to throw to. So that's the name of the game. I don't know. I've run
One
out
of the
of
spectators by the
material here.
library is going to catch one. Just
Do we think that Gus gets booed when he walks out at Spirit Splash on Friday?
That's
That
a
should
good
be a
question.
prop bet.
That should.
That
I
should
would
be
boo him.
hilarious.
I bet Johnny gets a standing O when he walks out.
He should.
Yeah, he should.
Basketball school.
From what I
Oh.
saw, we looked good against Florida Gulf Coast in that exhibition game.
Yeah, except for Sellers got hurt again.
Yeah, that
Sounds
was
like he'll be
tragic.
back though.
That was tragic.
I don't know. That didn't look good, dude. Very non-contact. Like fell to the ground and just
Something in
punched
his
over
back.
in pain. Like,
Let's hit Justin's game notes. What do we got? Your
Yeah.
Cyclones.
Go Cyclones. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, you touched on it. Basically, the team all in all looked much better than we had the last like 3 weeks. Just in the grand scheme of things, the offense, putting up 35 points was feeling like we couldn't do that anymore the past couple of weeks. So it was good to have a kind of offensive clinic in one aspect of the game, that being rushing, because Josh said it himself. What a passing clinic we saw. I mean, it's like it's tough because obviously Jakari is the better quarterback. He's way more athletic, but I mean, he can't throw right now. He can't, and we kept trying to take deep shots on third and shorts, and he was just either constantly overthrowing them or just missing them or whatnot. So not great in that aspect, but maybe he can, tone it in. But the good news, RJ Harvey's back. He went AFK for a couple of weeks, but here he is. What did you say, like 196 yards? So
196 season high.
yeah, season high. So all the way back. Not going to win the Heisman after his last couple of weeks, but good to rely on our lead back again. And then on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, we looked okay. The secondary was doing their job up until the fourth quarter, and we were actually getting pressure on Becht. But the issue is like, dude, leave Ted Roof in Iowa, bro. Like, we were getting pressure on him, yes, but I said it earlier, like every single time I knew he was just going to scramble for 10 yards. We'd close the gaps in the middle and he'd scramble out. If it was third and long, guaranteed first down because he was just scrambling to the side. Why we weren't spying him, I have no idea. And then same thing on the last drive of the game. Like we started calling blitz packages. I don't know. It just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but it is what it is. And then we did have a couple of injuries on defense, which is going to suck. Not sure, the timeline of these or actually what the injuries are because Gus loves to not talk about them. But Kelly and Alexander both going down. And Alexander has been playing so well the past 2 weeks. I think he had like 11 tackles on Saturday, so he's just been absolutely killing it. And then clock management, it just continues to be god awful, and I hate Gus Malzahn to my core. I don't understand it. It's like the little things. We called timeout in the first half to get the ball back just to send it to halftime. Didn't make sense to me. Going no huddle with like 8 minutes left in the game and going 3 and out and shaving time, like no time off the clock when you have the lead, just doesn't make sense to me. And then the very last drive of the game, I for the most part in this game, I thought the refs were pretty good. Letting a lot of things go, but then, game on the line, you decide to throw the flag when it matters the most. PI on an uncatchable ball. That
And then
if you watch the replay,
goal.
they did, on the sneak. But if you watch the replay of the PI, dude, I think it was Brandon Adams. He got like pulled down by the receiver, which caused him to like kind of tackle. So all in all, just terrible.
So if you go back and watch, the receiver also stepped out of bounds before, so he's an ineligible receiver.
Ineligible. Yep.
So it shouldn't. There should be no flag anyway.
Right. And then, like you said, the sneak. Their left tackle and left guard both moved early, which should have been a 5-yard penalty. Give them 3rd and 6, and then who knows what happens there. But I don't know. So all in all, not like grand scheme of things. Like I said, team looked decent. We should have won this game. But we still have a lot of things to improve on. So, and my closing statement will be leave Braden Marshall in Iowa because that shit is inexcusable. I know we still scored, but dropping the ball is so dumb, dude.
Got lucky there.
So, and my slip count got up to 10. I stopped counting at 10.
I'm gonna ask, what?
Yeah, sorry, I don't think I touched on the field. The slipping on the field. I don't know if it was like wet or their grass was just like super long or what, or if we had the wrong spikes, but we were slipping all over the place, man. So many missed tackles because defenders were slipping. Jakari and RJ both slipped early in the game. They switched out their spikes. I'm sure it was the reason behind a couple of the injuries we saw. So, that was crazy. I've like never seen anything like that.
Yeah, I kept saying we were watching because we were all watching. It looked like when they would do downfield shots of like, players, whatever, it looks like B-roll, whatever they call that, in between plays. I kept saying that the grass looks like somebody took a fucking 9-iron. I said the F word. Took a 9-iron and just started taking chunks out of the turf there. It was really bad. Yeah. I don't know what's up with the grass there in Iowa, but it's supposed to be, a very luscious green, beautiful in Iowa, especially around this time of year. In a couple months it'll suck, but it's not supposed to suck now. But in all seriousness, that was not good. It's almost a hazard too. It's almost like you're gonna have hyperextended knees, you're gonna have a whole multitude of injuries that could happen. But it was not good. And I would say I can sit here and just say, oh yeah, it was all us that were slipping. Maybe like we were being sabotaged or whatever. Not everybody was slipping, so it wasn't even
right. Yeah, it's not like that's why we lost the game. It's just.
But it felt like all of our key moments and our key plays had something stupid like that, like we're slipping and falling everywhere.
That's just how the season's going, man.
And that's what makes it so painful.
Best 3 and 4 team in the country. I don't know about that, but.
I don't know that much.
Well, I think if there's one thing that we can take, it's that we're on the exact same track as we were last year. Last year we made it to a bowl. This year I feel like we have a little bit more of a hill to climb to get to that point because winning 3 of our last 5 at this point, it's looking a little bit more difficult. But tides could turn here on Saturday. Vegas clearly knows something since we're favorited against the number 11 team in the nation who is 7-0, and the 3-4 best 3-4 team in the nation is playing at home on Saturday for homecoming with a quarterback who has not thrown for over 100 yards. Vegas knows something.
Or Vegas doesn't. Vegas is stupid sometimes. Vegas is actively taking.
Speaking of Vegas, you know what we forgot to touch on? We covered the spread.
Oh, we covered. Yeah.
Round of applause for covering the spread. Hey,
we didn't only cover. We crushed the spread.
We crushed the spread.
And the over.
Absolutely. And the over by a mile.
Yeah.
By a mile. Hey, really quick before we move on, can we talk about how we don't have any nooners on the schedule at home? Shout out
That's absolutely crazy.
shout out
Yes.
no nooners at home.
Shout
That's
out.
incredible.
It's a sad day for Brandon, though.
It
Yeah.
is a very sad day. Pour one out.
Born out.
I'm still gonna try and figure this out. We'll figure it out. I'll walk in for the fourth quarter. I don't know. Try and figure something out.
Find a way to be there.
I will do my best to be there. I lost my train of thought. We good with Iowa State?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
we're
Leave it in the
roughly
past. It was
looking
it was
at
a decent game. Should have won.
At least we didn't get mad. Like we weren't watching it like
No, that was the happiest 3 hours of my life, or of this year, I guess.
of the last 4 games.
It was crazy to like feel happy again. You know what I mean? It just had to go away.
For the record,
Right.
that was the first time we have led in a game since
TCU.
Since TCU.
Since TCU, and we led for 15 seconds in TCU. So
Yep.
that was basically our first time playing a real football team that we led most of the game.
Does Iowa State win the Big 12?
No,
No, that's not the number 9 team in the country.
that's not a top 25 team.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Hey, they went 6-0 this year for the very first time. They were 6-0
Since like World War
30.
II.
Yeah, since like World War II time.
I'm just gonna pull up. Honestly, I feel like when Iowa State comes here, whenever that is, I feel like we're gonna get along with them very well. Like, good
Oh, they
vibes
seem like
from
great
them.
guys.
But their last, let's see. Actually, I don't know. They kind of got a cakewalk. Actually, no. I bet Texas Tech beats them this weekend.
I mean, they're gonna slip up at some point.
Well, they have Kansas and Utah on there. That's 2 wins. They have Cincinnati, who's a bad good team, and then they have Kansas State at the end of the year.
Oh, they lose.
K-State
They lose to
won.
K-State for sure.
Yeah, I was about
I
to say
think that
K-State.
for sure.
Yeah. And then they'll probably
Um,
slip up in a trap game, make the Big 12 championship with 2 losses.
Someone always does. Just throwing it out there. On to, well, actually, just worth noting, 23, 24, 25, Army, Navy, Vandy. What a time to be
Love
alive.
it. What a time.
What a time.
I kept
Also-
talking about the Army Navy, like what's the word? Like all the stuff that could shake down at the end of the
Oh,
season
yeah.
with them. I know we were talking about it, but just the fact that like one of them can win the conference, make the playoff, and then lose to the other the next week is so funny.
It's definitely something to look at. That'll be awesome to watch though.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Jake will be happy. Indiana's still a wagon.
Wagon, dude. They rolled.
And there's no clear number one. Also, I think is the other takeaway.
No,
from this
there's
weekend.
not.
Yeah, there is. Oregon. Clear. AP top 25 says so.
Boise State's game against Oregon looking better and better every week.
You have Ashton Jainty standing just standing there.
Nice.
Ready to run.
Good form. I know Army and Navy are wagons, but I really want Boise State to make the play. Is there a way that both of them could?
Boise, well,
It's tough.
Boise would have to win the conference and finish ranked higher than
One of the Power Four.
one of the Power 4 conference champions. Boise would basically have to finish like in the top 8.
I mean, they're already what, like 13?
They can be better than Iowa State.
But they might have hit
They
their
beat Iowa
ceiling, though.
State.
I think they beat Iowa State.
Well, they can be higher ranked than Iowa State if Iowa State wins the conference.
That's true.
Think about it. Think about it.
That's
It's
true.
true.
Okay.
could.
I guess there is a path. It's very unlikely, but
Yeah.
because Nate,
How crazy would that be? The first 12-team playoff, and there's 2 group of 5 teams in there.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
That's
Well,
awesome.
Navy plays Notre Dame this weekend. If Navy pulls that off, they're going to
Yeah.
shoot up high. And Notre Dame's out.
It's my too many points of the week.
I
There
got
you
them too. On to BYU, 3:30 Saturday. FS1, I'm correct. FS1 we're on this week. UCF coming in at a 1.5 favorite at the moment. Absolutely crazy. BYU on the season, averaging 34 points per game. They are 32% for third down on the season.
We're on ESPN, by the
offensively.
way. Sorry.
Oh, on ESPN. My mistake.
Hmm.
ESPN on FS1. 32% on third down, but they're 81% on fourth down. Sounds like a tale of this past weekend. Completions for the year, their quarterback, 1,600 yards, 59% completion percentage, 16 touchdowns, 7 picks on the year, averaging just over 8 yards per completion. And their leading running back or rusher, also their quarterback, he's outrunning their running back by 9 yards, averaging 5 yards per carry. So mobile quarterback, keys to the game this week: stop the run, wear gold, throw for over 100 yards, and no
That
silly
is such a
penalties.
low bar. Oh my god. Throw for 100 yards.
You said that
Oh
like it was
my
nothing.
god.
Key
You
of the
said
game.
that like it was nothing. Oh yeah, just throw over 100 yards, just so you know.
But if we throw for over 100, we have to run for over 250.
More than that, dude. How much did
Yeah.
we rush for on Saturday?
I can get the exact number.
We need to play better than we did on Saturday if we want to win this game. BYU is a better team than Iowa State.
Well, I'm gonna throw out some stats here, and we're gonna see if we really think that. We ran for 354.
350. That's the goal.
350.
350.
We are Navy.
So BYU on the season 7-0. With that 7-0, how many teams with winning records do we think they have beat?
Probably something low, like 2.
Say 1.
2.
Hmm.
They beat Kansas State convincingly, 38-9.
Which is
at home.
huge. That's a big win.
That was early in September. And they beat SMU by 3.
Remember when we thought SMU was trash?
They still might be
SMU is
trash.
actually a pretty good team.
But all their other wins, they beat a 4-loss Arizona, a 4-loss OK State. They beat Baylor. They beat Southern Illinois. They beat Wyoming. They only scored 34 points against Wyoming. Saying, it's not like we're playing this offensive juggernaut of a team. They only put up 18 against SMU. But where we get killed is with the mobile quarterback.
We need to learn how to spy and fast.
So this week, really just containing is going to be key. And throwing for over 100 yards. But do we remember what this week's food option is? What is the BYU food?
It's the donut, isn't it? The
The
donut,
donut
burger. I
Oh,
think.
is it the donut
the
burger?
the unglazed donut burger. I'm pretty sure. Pretty
I
sure
think
that was
it is.
BYU.
Yeah, the cake donut burger.
Yeah. Because
Cake
Arizona
has to be the
was
first one in the morning.
crap, what's Arizona?
Was Arizona a dog?
Is it like a chili dog or something?
It might have been. I don't remember.
No, that was Cincinnati.
Hmm.
Had to have been Cincinnati.
All right, gentlemen, let's our old trusty friend Google here.
Look it up.
All right, so BYU is the maple bacon donut burger. Arizona is the desert dog, which is a bacon-wrapped hot
Isn't it?
dog with tomato, onion, pinto beans, jalapenos, and mayonnaise.
Ew, I'm out.
That sounds disgusting.
I would have gotten it.
I'm out.
You also got the lobster roll, Brandon.
I did get the
Yeah.
lobster. You know what? Maybe that's where
You
the
know-
season went wrong. I got the lobster roll. It's just been downhill from there.
Everything went to shit.
I'm gonna have to get the
Literally.
burger. I'm getting the burger on Saturday.
I might do Huey's on Saturday.
Just fries.
God, if I get up there and it's just fries, I'm leaving.
I think we all know what one of us has to get. And to be honest, we haven't gotten one since our last victory. I will
Caesar wrap.
I will get a chicken Caesar wrap for the team.
Oh, I got one last game.
I will not be getting a chicken Caesar on
I also
Saturday.
got
I had a
also
chicken
got one
Caesar
at
wrap against New
Colorado.
Hampshire.
That was a win.
Okay, so no more Caesar wraps for Brandon, and I have to get one on Saturday.
What did you eat for Cincy?
Oh
What
God,
did I eat?
I haven't had a Caesar wrap since that first game. I know that. Cincy.
I did
what
the
I-
tacos.
Cincy was the last home game, right?
That's correct.
I don't think I ate
I didn't
the
eat
Cincy
either.
one actually because we ate at the tailgate.
I didn't
And it
eat
was
either.
like at 3:30. Okay, we need to eat. And then
Yeah.
I had a pizza for Colorado. Oof. First off, won't be getting the pizza again because we lost. Second, won't be getting the pizza again because it sucked.
Isn't it flippers now?
Yeah, and it's like, dude, it's like all like the entire pizza. It was so funny. It was like it like not melted cheese and no sauce. Like,
Shout out flippers, please sponsor us.
shout out flippers.
I'm thinking Huey's for me, or I'm gonna get the loaded nachos, or actually no, I think I haven't had the pulled pork nachos. I had the loaded ones earlier this year. I'm gonna try maybe the pulled pork ones. Has anyone gotten a boombox?
No, I haven't. I keep forgetting to bring my student ID, dude.
Mine's always in my wallet.
Actually, do I even have it still?
Maybe
in
that's
here.
the key. Maybe I need to get a student dog and a boombox. Go back to the basics. We'll figure it out.
I may not
Um,
have it.
Anything that we are looking forward to on Saturday here?
Nice. Mm,
No.
not really, dude. It's so hard. Like,
I'm
cover?
looking for
no, because that would be a win.
Oh, cover would be a win.
That would be a win.
We can actually still win and not cover. It's 1.5 right now.
a nice day.
Beautiful weather.
No rain.
We have the new
couple of
tent covered.
beers.
The new tent
Basically,
covered.
like, you know what I'm looking forward to? Basically anything that's not football related.
I'm looking forward to being dark enough to do lights in the fourth quarter.
Will it be?
Yeah,
I don't think it
so,
will,
dude.
man. I don't think so.
I think by 7 it'll be dark enough.
If we're still there by 7, there's a
Kicks
problem.
at 3:30.
It's
No.
3.5 hours.
It's not going to be dark enough, dude. There's no way.
It'll be dark enough.
I'm Googling sunset on Saturday.
Sunset on Saturday, yeah. What is it? I'm gonna guess it's 7:19.
Sunset on Saturday, October 26th is 6:45.
Oh.
It'll be dark enough.
That's crazy. That feels wrong.
It's be getting dark early.
Are you looking up Orlando or are you looking at like?
I looked at Orlando, yeah. I mean, sunset today was 6:47.
Wow.
And we're in Oviedo, which is a little bit further east than Orlando, so it's a couple
All right,
minute difference
that's like,
there.
That's like natural. No, that's like seconds.
Are you kidding?
Not even.
it's
That's like
it's like 5
milliseconds.
seconds.
Well, excited for the game Saturday. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
100 yards passing.
100 yards passing.
Yards passing is crazy.
I'm telling you, we're gonna wear.
You know what's even sadder, dude? I don't know if we're gonna do that.
We're gonna wear the gold helmets, and we're gonna go with
Gold
We're gonna
pants.
go with.
I don't like the gold pants, but whatever it takes, man.
No, I think we go white pants, black jersey, but the black jersey with the gold numbers.
I guess the real question is, what are we wearing? Because it's fans' choice this weekend, so we can.
Dude, I'm running out
going-
of options, man. Like
I'm
4
going
weeks
just
in a
back-
row where I had to change the outfit. I don't have
I'm
that
going
many
back to a
clothes.
polo.
I might have to wear my dudes on the mall shirt.
Do we go dudes on the mall shirt for the brand?
I don't have many other options.
What if we
I could wear my space polo, but I have to save that for Arizona. And if we lose on Saturday, then I'm screwed. I could wear my space jersey. I haven't worn a jersey yet. Maybe that's the difference.
That could be the difference.
Could be. I could wear my gray jersey. There we go.
Should I wear my
Yeah.
baseball jersey?
Yeah. Yeah, we should
got
all wear
one.
jerseys.
I'm gonna wear a baseball jersey. Now the question is, do I wear a black one or do I wear the white one?
Black.
I would say black.
All right, I'll wear black.
I'm TBD on what I'll be wearing. Maybe I need to not bring a towel in with me. I've brought a towel in every game.
We're really throwing shit at the wall.
Something's gonna stick.
Something's gotta stick. Just change everything.
Oh,
Do we want to flip rows?
Can we do that? Is there enough seats?
I
Yeah,
mean, Will's not going to
well,
be here again this week, so we got an extra space.
We'd have to flip with Timmy too. We'll talk. We'll talk. He's probably
We'll
listening
figure
to
it
this.
out.
He's listening to this right now. We'll
Yeah.
talk.
Timmy will be it. Like, come on. Timmy's it.
Timmy's
For
going
the
to do
good of the
whatever it
team.
takes. He's a team guy.
Right to the program. Come on.
All right, dudes of the week.
Dudes of the week. I'm pretty sure
winner.
Josh won by a mile last week. It's the Lions, Gritty.
Josh clean swept.
What was my dude of the week?
The Lions fan. Gritty and all over
The Gritty.
I mean, you can't beat puke.
No. You
Like-
can't.
It's really, if someone's puking, someone's making fun of them, like that, you can't beat that. That's always going to be funny. Even when your friend's pissed drunk, they're on the can, just absolutely just blowing chunks. That's funny. Like, that's hilarious. Okay. There's some other instances where, if you see like blood or something come out, maybe that's not funny, but there are certain instances that will always be funny, and that is one of them. With that, my dude of the week this week will probably not win, and I hope that this person that is my dude of the week does not get insulted. So my dude of the week is Jacob, our good buddy Jacob, who dressed up as Marshmallow on Friday at our Halloween party and wore the helmet for damn near the entire time. Couldn't see a damn thing, couldn't hear a damn thing, and he was controlling the music. And anybody who walked by him would tap him on the head, and he would get, it's like a goldfish. If you tap on the glass, they get like startled. That's how it was. And I gotta give my props to him, because I probably would have thrown that shit across the room and said, "Screw this! I'm not wearing this anymore." But it was a really good Marshmallow helmet. He looked exactly like him. I was very impressed. The music selection was great. He did a great job. But the fact that he couldn't see or hear anything makes it that much more impressive. So my dude of the week, Mr. Jacob.
Well, you just got his vote. He's been listening to every episode this season.
Has he really?
He has.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, I got
Dude,
one.
it was so funny. He
Well,
was so
I got-
committed to it. I
got
kept forgetting
pictures
he
I
was
can
there.
send you
I'll be
for the poll,
honest. Like,
too.
love Jacob. I kept forgetting he was there because he would like disappear and I'd turn around. He's just wearing the mask. I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
And the thing was,
I got some good pictures.
the funny thing about it too was, like, I would talk to him and he's 100% talking back to me, like 100%. I couldn't hear him because I couldn't hear him out the damn mask. So I was just assuming that he was just in character and that he wasn't saying anything to me. So I was like, "Ah, that's right, man. Yeah, cool."
Go.
It was hilarious. It was great.
That's
Potentially costume of the night, among other costumes.
Among other
cool.
costumes.
Yeah.
Justin, you want to go or me?
I'll go, yeah. So hold on, let me pull it up. My dude of the week is actually a dudes, plural, of the week. Comes from good old Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a high school football team where
Oh my God, yes.
you see this?
I saw this.
Yes.
The entire team got suspended, and I didn't read too much about it, so I don't know if they were just like allowed to keep 11 players and then had to sit everybody else out or whatever. But they played a game on Saturday with 11 players playing both sides of the ball, and they beat. This is Westinghouse Bulldogs. They beat Perry High School 68-0 with 11 players playing the whole game. God, what I would give to just see the like highlights of that game, just to see what the hell went wrong. I mean, how do you even? That makes no sense to me. Like,
That's a crazy one.
Dudes of the week, all 11 guys playing both sides of the ball. Apparently, I did read about it a little bit. Apparently, it was basically their entire starting offense got to play, so they just flipped the script, put all the receivers at DBs, put linemen on linemen, whatever works, man.
So I got your backstory for you right here. City League powerhouse Westinghouse, or Power Westinghouse, will only have 11 players in uniform for the contest at Couple Stadium on the south side. The rest of Westinghouse's 49-player team has been suspended one game for either participating in a fight or leaving the bench during the altercation in last Friday's Westinghouse versus University Prep game.
Crazy.
Honorable mention, Josh and Michaela.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
Josh and Michaela, TV timeout guy costume. Josh with the red polo, the red hat, Michaela with the menacing 325 timeout line. That was phenomenal.
You posted that on Twitter,
I put it on Twitter. Yeah.
right? Okay, yeah.
Funny thing
Nice.
was that was her idea.
Nice.
Great idea. My dude of the week is going to be Arizona State's head football coach. Coming off of a disappointing loss to Cincinnati, they missed several field goals throughout the course of the game, and kicking has been an issue for them throughout this season. So, in the post-game press conference, outwardly said, Arizona State, we are, the biggest undergrad or second biggest undergrad, whatever they are. They have 60,000, 70,000 students. Someone on this campus has got to be able to kick the dang ball. So we're having open tryouts on Monday for kicker. Show up at the practice facility, and if you're good, you're our new starting kicker. So it was really funny. I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter, but there was
I did,
videos
yeah.
of kids out on the practice field just trying to kick field goals all weekend. I do believe they did come away with a new kicker from this tryout. So it'll be interesting to see who they tried out there on Saturday.
That's crazy. I've never seen a coach be that candid, and I honestly loved
Hey,
it.
that was crazy. So, dude of the week for honesty. Hey, we need a kicker. Arizona State's head coach.
Fantastic.
On to picks for this week.
On to picks.
Let's do it.
All right, what order we want to go in this week?
Do you
We even,
want?
we even changed the order last week,
I
didn't
know.
we?
Should I go? Should I go
You should
first
probably
now?
go first this
Because
time, yeah.
you went last week and we lost. Okay. So pretty good week for me, actually. Nothing to write home about, but we went 6-3, so we'll take that. Which brings my season total. Got to scroll up to 32, 40, and 1. We're crawling back. We're getting there. We're getting there. So, we'll start with the losers from last week. Western Kentucky, Sam Houston over 55.5 did not hit. Texas State -10 against Old Dominion lost outright, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Dead to me. And then my too many points of the week, Georgia Tech +11.5 against Notre Dame. Haynes King did not play, and I did not know that. So that's on me, but a little asterisk next to that loss. So, but 6 winners. We killed it. So, BYU OK State over 55.5. That one hit pretty easily. Army -15 against ECU, a wagon. South Carolina was my too many points of the week. I think they won outright against Oklahoma, who's just bad. That was, I watched a little bit of that game. Oklahoma is bad. Navy -17 against Charlotte, also a wagon. Kansas State, West Virginia over 54.5. That one hit easily. And I faded Air Force because they're defeated against the spread. And Colorado State covered -7. So barely. They almost had a garbage time. I think they won by 8. So almost had a bad beat there, but all good.
Nice.
All right. Who next? Me?
Go for it.
All righty. Pretty solid week. Similar to Justin. I went 5-2 this week. We'll start with our losers. The first one I know you boys are about to clown me for, but FIU -6.5 against UTEP, and they lost by 9. Ouch.
Defense.
Just ouch. That one stung a little lot. Other loser, Georgia Tech +11.5. I mean, thought it was a lock. You said Haynes King he didn't play. So I mean
He didn't play, no.
That's
I don't know if he was like hurt or they were just starting. So I can't imagine they benched him.
that's tough. That's
So,
really tough. But
yeah.
so I'll take the asterisk, put it next to that one too.
Mm.
And then of course the perfect parlay, another loser. But it went 2-2 in the legs. Miami -4 covered. That was a shootout. That game was back and forth, the entire time. It was really good. And then of course this year's all reliable, the Iowa over 41.5. Iowa actually lost by 12 to Michigan State, but covered easily. Final score 32-20. My two losers are ones that I thought were locked. First one being Bama -2.5 against Tennessee. They lost outright. And then Texas. Oh God, Texas. What is going on over there in Austin, Texas? I had Texas minus 3.5, and we all saw what happened there with the Longhorns, and that's just my favorite. My favorite thing out of college football this Saturday was that picture of Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning on the bench, looking like they're just seeing ghosts.
Bad.
That was terrible, absolutely terrible. So T's and P's. That's all I can say. Thoughts and prayers. But we did have 5 winners. First one being Virginia plus 21.5 against Clemson. That was a little too many points there. They lost by 17. So good cover. We'll say it's a good cover. I took Maryland plus 7.5. USC. Oh my God. Lincoln Riley in shambles, man.
Worst
I
3
thought
and
they were
14 in the
going
country.
to run the Big Ten. What happened to that?
Stuff.
That's terrible.
Shambles,
So
man.
Maryland beating USC outright there. LSU minus 3 against Arkansas. Arkansas also cheeks. UNLV minus 7.5 against Oregon State. Learned my lesson. Great winner there. And then TCU plus 4.5 against Utah. They won outright. Utah without Cam Rising is like an old person's home, like assisted living without the old people. It just doesn't work. So that's those are the winners there. Finishing off 5-2. Pretty solid week. It takes my season total to 28-36. So we're clawing back as well, trying to reach that 500 mark, hopefully by the end of the year.
I also had a solid week. I went 6-2 last week. Season total at 37, 24, and 1. The 2 losers, all reliable, Sam Houston, they let me down. Did not cover -3 against Western Kentucky, lost, and also Bama, Tennessee over. There was no offense played in that game at all. So the 2 losers, winners really fast. Middle Tennessee and Kennesaw State under 51.5. Didn't even come close to touching it. Duke -3.5 against Florida State. Florida State is a bad football team. Oregon, Purdue under 59. Easy winner there. Indiana -6.5 over Nebraska. Indiana won by like 50. Army -15 over ECU. Wagon, Navy -17 over Charlotte. Wagon. So yeah, those were my plays for last week.
Nice. All right. Am I kicking us off for
Sure.
plays this week as well? Cool.
Do it.
I actually, it's funny that this is a smaller card. I have a smaller card this week. It's only 7 plays. I think it's my smallest card this season, actually, which is crazy.
Scared money
but
don't
yeah.
make money though, Jay.
Scared money don't make money. Yeah. Even if I go 7-0, I can't get back to 500. I may have messed up here. It's okay. So we'll start Friday night. Boise State at UNLV. Gonna ride Boise State -3.5. Just riding the wagon. Moving on to Notre Dame at Navy.
Line adjustment, I got Boise at 3.
You got Boise at 3? Ooh,
Yeah.
love that. Okay. So Boise State -3. That's huge. So yeah, Notre Dame at Navy this week. I took Notre Dame's opponent last week as my too many points of the week. That didn't hit, so naturally I'm going to take their opponent again this week as my too many points of the week. But it's more about Navy. Navy's a wagon, so Navy plus 13 there. I'm
I
hopping
had
on.
Navy at 13.5.
God, I love it. Okay, so
Take these plays.
yeah, when did you take these? I took these this morning.
I took them on Sunday.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, I won't complain. So Navy plus 13.5. I'm hopping on another wagon. Indiana -6.5 at home against Washington. This one just doesn't make sense. Do you have another line adjustment? I see you like smirking.
No, but I have Indiana.
Oh, nice. Dude, we have the same card. It's so good. Yeah, this line just doesn't make sense to me. Washington has been up and down, nothing crazy, and Indiana coming off a huge win at home. Could be a hangover game, but I like them by at least a touchdown. So next play, I'm going to take Texas Tech plus 6.5 at TCU. I don't know. We've seen TCU. I think they're not as good. And Texas Tech, they lost this past week, right? Pretty sure.
I believe so.
Yeah. Coming off a loss, just bounce back week, get right game for them. So, yeah, we'll take the Red Raiders plus 6.5 there. I'm taking it under. We're going to take under 65 in OK State and Baylor. Both these teams can score, but to me, this feels like they both had crazy offensive games last week, and this is just like a Vegas trap line. It's the only reason I'm taking it. So Two more plays. I actually lied. Navy isn't my too many points of the week. My too many points of the week is Vanderbilt plus 18 and a
Good
half.
Good pick.
Hosting Texas. Texas just coming off of a bad loss to Georgia. I'm not saying Texas isn't bad or is bad. You know, Texas is still one of the best teams in the country, but keep your eye on Vandy, man. 18 and a half. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. So Vandy plus 18 and a half. And then my last play of the week is going to be over 54 and a half in West Virginia and Arizona. That game just feels like a late night primetime shootout for me. So
Good stuff. Alrighty, so I've got 8 plays and a perfect parlay. We'll start with duplicates that I have with Justin. There are 3 of them. First one being Boise -3. I mean, come on. That should be an easy pick. Navy plus 13 and a half now with those line adjustments against Notre Dame, and Vanderbilt plus 18 and a half. I want to see him keep going. I want them to win the SEC.
dude,
That's what I want to see. That'd be incredible. But let's talk about some other plays here. First one I've got actually happening on Thursday night. I've got Syracuse plus 5.5 against Pitt. Interesting
I
play.
don't mind that.
It's one of those that's like, let's just see how this goes. I think if they lose, it could be by a field goal. 5.5 with Syracuse, we'll ride with it. This one is it's kind of an insult in a way to Oklahoma. I have over 49 in Oklahoma and Mississippi, or in Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss could probably cover that themselves against Oklahoma. They're trash. They're terrible. But I think, at least somebody's going to score 30 points in this game. I don't know who it is. So that's where that over 49 comes in. And that's where I'm thinking, okay, we'll take that. We're going to go back to old reliable. Iowa over 37.5 against Northwestern. I'm really going to be sweating this one. I'm really going to be sweating. 37.5 is low. Northwestern is terrible. So we'll see what happens there. My throw shit at the wall, see if it sticks of the week. Western Michigan -17 against Kent State. Kent State is garbage.
Terrible.
Garbage, as I've learned earlier when I took them a couple weeks ago. But that's just that's just a terrible football team. I also have Nebraska plus 25.5 against Ohio State. I have that feels like a trap line. I feel like there's for Ohio State, I feel like almost 4 touchdowns is a little bit extreme for Nebraska, but we'll see. I know they just got kind of rocked this weekend, but again, just feeling it out. We're gonna see what it's like. And then we have our 4-leg perfect parlay. We'll start off with a very interesting line, a very interesting over. I have over 37 in the Utah-Houston game. I have a feeling that this is my thought. There are 2 ways that this game could go. That is, it could be, 40-30, whatever kind of final, or it's going to be 3-0. That's how I feel this game's going to go. It's going to be one of the 2 extremes. I'm going for the other extreme, the high extreme. Over 37, Utah at Houston. I have Penn State -6.5 against Wisconsin. I think a touchdown is a good cover there. LSU plus 2.5 against A&M. I think LSU could potentially win outright in that game. Last but not least, Oregon, Illinois have over 54.5 in the perfect parlay. So this is just another put something together, see what happens. I'm at the point now where I believe the perfect parlay cannot be over 500 this year. So that sucks. But but we still roll with it. So 4-leg parlay for perfect parlay. Penn State -6.5 against Wisconsin. LSU plus 2.5 against A&M. Over 37 in the Utah and Houston game, and then over 54.5 Illinois at Oregon. I don't sound too confident with that, do I?
Have we ever thought about making the perfect parlay 3 legs?
Hey, don't tell me how to live my life, man.
We're all about value here.
There's a lot of value in plus 700. Okay. I have my biggest card to date of the season. Half of it apparently was copied from Justin, so
Nice.
we've already gone over half my plays. I currently have a live play right now that I've been watching on my phone as we have been doing this. I have Sam Houston
the Sam
minus
Houston?
I
Wow,
knew, I
dude.
knew you were gonna
Dude,
take that.
I
I
almost-
knew you were gonna take it.
And
I almost took it, and I'm so glad I didn't.
Sam Houston just scored the first points of the game with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. They are up 7-0.
Oh,
So we
they
are
won.
currently
That
covering.
covers, yeah.
Absolute barn burner going on in Miami right now. So along with the rest of the card, Boise -3 over UNLV. I think they cover that easily. Indiana -6.5 over Washington. Indiana's a wagon. Navy plus 13.5 against Notre Dame. Like Justin said, Navy's also a wagon. This one, I really didn't know why I took it, but I've been kind of cooking with the unders and it was just kind of speaking to me. So I'm taking the UNC and Virginia under of 60.5. It could
That's pretty
finish
high.
at 80. It could finish at 10. I don't know, but we're gonna go with the under. We're back to UConn. I'm taking UConn -6.5 against Rice. I took
UConn broke my heart this weekend. That's all I'm saying.
I was on the Bama over last week, which lost. So against my better judgment, I'm going to take the under against Missouri, and they're going to probably come out here and just absolutely destroy them. I have under 56.5. I'm really banking on Missouri not scoring much. What else do I have this week? Vandy plus 18.5 against Texas. I think Vandy makes it a competitive game. They're at home. Two more picks for me. I've got Penn State -6.5 against Wisconsin. I think Penn State continues to find ways to win. I think a touchdown. I think that's well within their wheelhouse. And then the last pick, which I don't want to take it, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to take Colorado -4 over Cincy. Cincy is a bad, good football team. And Colorado, I think, wins that game at least by a touchdown after having seen both teams play in person.
I don't like it, but I like it. You know what I mean?
Like I didn't want to take
it's a
it,
good
but
pick,
it looks like a
but
winner.
I don't like it.
I don't like it, but I took it.
Incoming win by a field goal.
Probably. That would be the story of the year.
Just to shatter your heart even more.
So those are our picks for the week. 3:30, so we'll get to. Oh, I'm gonna bring TV this weekend if we can watch some games.
On the mall? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Are we in the alumni section or are we in the student section?
Alumni.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
little.
We're at
chilly.
the we're in the alumni. I'll need to bring a long extension cord. I'm just gonna bring the antenna, so we'll get ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, so whatever we can get on there.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a little one, so it's portable. It's like 30, I think it's a 32-inch or something. So easy to move, and it's not gonna rain. So we'll
It's
give it a
not
run.
that little. 32 inches?
It's the one. It's the one that Jacob was
Some might say
using.
that's pretty large.
Pretty average, honestly.
It's the one that Jacob was using on Friday with the graphics. It's that one.
Oh,
That's
yeah, that's
pretty
pretty
small.
big. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking when you said small TV, I was thinking, like those like storm TVs where you got a hand crank.
My dad's got one of those. It's electric. So 3:30 homecoming. ESPN, not FS1. 1:30 for our friends in Boise. We are currently favored by 1.5, which is
Wild.
still wild. Let me get the over under here before we sign off real quick. At this moment, the over under is at blind 55.5. So
That's pretty high.
we're looking at yeah, for us that's like this year.
For
that's
us
pretty
this
high.
year, that's high.
Yeah. So go Knights, charge on. We'll be back next week, hopefully with excitement in person.
Yeah, hopefully in person. All right. Charge on.
Charge on.